Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over? I'm Silver Maps, or Silver, and let's get right into this video. First things first, you see this big Russia? Well, they're going to be expanding. But to expand, you first need to have explored land. So they're going to explore this area. And this is also with the help of these Caspian countries, which really haven't done anything since the collapse of the purple team. And these guys, what the heck is this? These guys will expand into all of these lands right here. And I don't know why provinces are on there. And they're probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest country in the world. But that doesn't matter right now. What does matter is this rebellion. There will be a southern rebellion from the Crimean country that was here, just for some independence, like these lower areas around here. And the Russians will grant their independence, but we need to check the provinces for that. This treaty will be done in 3, 2, 1. And we see the Crimean team getting all of these areas right over here. But now they need a capital. And they're gonna choose, well, their old capital right here. But now we're going to go over to these guys, who will have like kind of an expansionist war. They're just gonna try and cut each other off, as you can see right here. And they're actually gonna be fighting over a few pixels over here, saying that they're theirs. And no, this is just like going back and forth what they claim. But it's gonna look like that until it ruins the provinces. Then they're gonna decide that the borders they had before are their actual borders. And then these guys are gonna actually go ahead and make a pretty big expansion. No, this isn't the first purple team. I just changed the color back to these guys because I didn't like the other color. And I might have used it for base China. But now there's ugly borders, and now, sad day to the Azerbaijanis because they're actually getting a rebellion. Why? Well, it's ideological rebellion. I don't know if I gave Russia an ideology yet, but let's see. No, I didn't. Wow, there isn't that many ideologies actually. They're a dictatorship. I know this kind of looks like a dictatorship, but I forget what I called it. East Asianism. Yeah, East Asianism. Inspired by Augusto. So shout out to Augusto. But these guys, they're just gonna destroy the Azerbaijanis. And to show the actual shift in ideology, they're also going to be shading. Shading. They're going to be shading, guys. And this is their ideology, by the way. And they will be changing ideologies to drumroll please. Actually, no drumroll please. Can you seriously not? Oh wait. There we go. A dictatorship. I know it's pretty bright, but oh well. I gotta move these guys. And their ideology actually also changed. They became an anarchy. Why? Don't ask me. But we're supposed to ask you. Too bad. The Baltic country, they're actually gonna be the Scandinavian ideology, I think. Scandinavian socialism. Okay, I have to make a list over here. So first off, we got democracy. Why can't you see it? That's weird. Wait. What? Why is it invisible? Oh, I had something selected. Okay. So first off, got democracy. Let's make this 15. Next, we got flawed democracy. Let me line that up. Flawed democracy. Then I'll grab true colors. We got anarchy, and then next we got monarchy. After monarchy, we got dictatorship. And then we got Scandinavian socialism. What next? What next? What next? What next? What other ideologies are there? Oh yeah, the issue. And then there's that. Alright. So we got East Asianism. And then we also got what ideology were these guys? I think so. I honestly forget a bunch of these. But these guys, this is actually going to be the killer of communism. So there's the layer of, or the names of all of them. But let's see, is there any without? Okay, there is. So, these two are going to be, first off, communist, and second off, monarchy. That's right, there's two types. So this is a constitutional monarchy, and this is a full monarchy. Anyways, off of that layer, because that's going to take up most of the video. Well, hopefully not. There will be a big group of countries coming together to, just in a different aligned shape, be shown for being the ones to explore out into Asia and stuff. Got these four right here. Got this country. We got these guys, Bangladesh. Then we also got Korea, and I don't think we got any else. We got Finland. So to start off this, Finland is gonna make a big export. They're gonna explore a bunch of these areas over here. Now, don't get me wrong, this is over a while, but also nothing else is happening in that time. So they actually explore a bunch of Russia, and that also means they explored a bunch of water. At this point, Finland has caught up with these islands. And with the world wrapping around, they've made a tiny landing on Antarctica. And they don't realize that yet, but they do. I just wanted to show you guys that. But I'm actually gonna move these ideology things, the ideology names, not things. There we go, that's a better spot for them. But now there's also going to be a big exploration through the Tibetan areas. And they're actually also going to make an exploration over here to this area. But what they don't know is, real quick, let me make a country, guys. But what they don't know is that there was a country here. That looks something. No, they don't go into the water. That looks something like this. And they also have another country with them over here. And so yeah, they found this new country, and we're gonna have to see how big they are. I wonder. Totally didn't just show you guys. Wow, they're so big. Oh, and there's 2 of them. So now we got these 2 new countries over here, and they actually go ahead over here, and what they find is shocking, because they just found on there, because they just found a huge new country. Let me fix those borders real quick. Obviously they knew about these guys, but they only had went through a little bit of their land, as you can see. So these guys are gonna take all that, and then I'm gonna get rid of these areas down here and right here. So they just found this huge new country, and let's see how big these guys are. Wow, they're even bigger than the other 2. Is it bigger than both of them combined? Who knows? Actually, yeah, probably they are. And they're probably one of the biggest countries in the world. But now, let's give them major cities. What's a country without major cities? A major city, this country. That one will have 2, that one will have 1. These guys will actually have 3. And their capitals will be in these 3 areas. So, most of them put theirs in like the center, but these guys, you saw more value here. But yeah. So, yeah. But let's not just act like the Koreans weren't exploring at all. They also found these guys. And they had very, very friendly relations with the gold guys. But with the other 2, not so much. In fact, we see them make rebels in these guys pop up because they funded them. But these guys are gonna attack. Shocker. To get rid of the rebels and then give the land back. Shocker times 2. And the gold team doesn't care about that. Because, well, now all 3 of them are connected up. And the Korean team, they're gonna expand mainly inland because they didn't explore the coast that much, which they just heard me say, and now they're going to explore the coast. and they don't know if they should regret it or not, because they just did it because they heard me. But anyways, they find Japan. What do they do after they find Japan? Well, first off, they find all of Japan. They find Hokkaido even. And they find the bottom of Sapling. And they actually explore all of Japan. But it took a while, so yeah. Anyways, all of the Philippines are discovered and will be slowly taken by the Vietnamese. Who else though? Well, the Taiwanese. Vietnamese and Taiwanese. But the Taiwanese will actually get most of the Philippines because they get all of the bottom. But this actually sparks a rebellion. Not just over there, but over here and here. Why? Yeah. Anyways, these guys don't have an ideology, neither do these guys, but they just copy these guys. I know that these guys aren't that, they're that. I'll change that after. But anyways, yeah, the Taiwanese can only hold on to these northern areas like that, while the Taiwanese are actually gonna lose all of this area. And now in a peace treaty, all of this goes over to them. And most of this goes over to them. So now they're pretty big. And they're totally not gonna ally with that country. Or this country. Now they were just funded by the Indonesians. They don't like the Indonesians. So they're actually gonna join these guys' alliance right here. The 3-point star alliance. Oh yeah. But over here, what we will see is, well, first off, I need 2 new colors that haven't been used. Okay. So, in Hokkaido, there will be a lime country. That's right, I said in Hokkaido, which means there will be multiple countries. Down over here near Tokyo, there will be this pink Tokyo country. Korea will actually take a decent amount of this because they wanna. Okay, not all 3 of these islands, not the most southern one, because then they'd be too OP. And then there's this country down here who cuts off Korea from the rest. And then we got this country over here. And they're gonna take a lot of this land. They have all of that. So they're probably one of the strongest here. And yeah, there will actually be another. And they went ahead and took that island. So now there's 5 countries on Japan besides Korea. And yeah, they're planning to take it all for themselves. Who? Well, every country there, including Korea. But Korea will get instantly kicked off because all of them hate Korea, even though Korea found them. And then, yeah, it's gonna kind of be like invaded like that. And then taken like that. Korea's gonna be like, you know what, whatever. And the yellow country and the bottom brown country became friends after that for some reason. And then we will now say the capitals. Capital 1, capital 2, capital 3, major city, capital city. Yippee! Oh, one more. Ooh. Okay, now the Japanese vowels are filled in. And that's mainly what's gonna happen in today's episode, besides for more exploration over here. And actually, all of these islands in explored water will be fully discovered. But East Timor, East Timor is becoming its own country, and in fact, they're taking a lot of land. And they show how much land they'll take by taking all of that, cutting off these guys from expanding. What the heck? So, this island is split up into 2 like that. Well, not into 2, more like 70-30 or less. But you get it. And yeah, totally not a game bane of Indonesia coming soon because there's 3 countries in the same alliance surrounding them. But don't fear, they have an alliance of 3 as well. Korea got very big in that, and there's other countries looking to get very big. Like example, Blue China. They wanted to expand. And what did they do? They expanded. Wow. So inspirational. But they will all expand, so yeah. Even you, Hainan Island. You're gonna connect up to Vietnam for some reason. And then start attempting to connect up to Myanmar. because you want to cut off these two from expanding. And Myanmar understands the assignment. How do they understand the assignment? Well, you guys tell Myanmar what you're trying to do. Myanmar connects up to you. So let's just fill in this area. It's going to get split up into 4 pieces. 1, the Vietnamese piece. 2, the Indonesian piece. 3, the Myanmar piece. And 4, the Hainan Island country piece. And who will get this? Well, that's gonna get split up again. Vietnam, Indonesia, Myanmar, Hainan Island. But there's still some. Who will get that? Vietnam, Myanmar, Indonesia, Hainan Island. Who will get the final piece? This literally determines if Myanmar connects up to Vietnam, Hanoi. Hainan Island connects up to Malaysia. Actually, that's it. Vietnam gets it. So now, this is the split of this area. And if they all united, bro, they just looks like a big Southeast Asian empire. Holy, a Southeast Asian empire. Yeah. We go over to, like Mozambique. They expand. Whoa. These guys, they're gonna expand all around here. And they're gonna say, we don't care about, how hard it is. We're gonna explore. And we're gonna explore to the other side of the continent. Why? 'Cause they have the feeling there's a different side. And they're gonna keep going, and keep going, and keep going, and keep going, and keep going. And they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going. Gonna keep going. Huh? Oh, up. And then they're gonna get cut off from the rest. Oh no. They're cut off. And now they find this area. And they choose to make their country here. Because where else would they make it? This is where they know. So they make their country there. And then they go over here. And then these guys go over here because they have a feeling something's over here. And they have that same feeling. And then they're gonna turn around right here. They're gonna turn around when they have that, when they're that close. Because they're like, we're running out of resources. So they're gonna go back for more resources. And then, yeah, they're not gonna connect up soon because they're not thinking about it anymore. They forgot to continue looking over there. Anyways, the Ethiopians, they get more land explored. What do the Ethiopians do with that newly explored land? They expand into it. And they expand into it like that. And the Oman countries like, but I want to expand. And Somalia is like, no. And Ethiopia is like, no. And Egypt is like, no. Why do they all say no at the same time? They don't like Oman. No. Anyways, the peace treaty. This is the peace treaty. The peace treaty is, they're blocked. No. They're blocked off, and then, Ethiopia gets more ocean access. Yippee! And then what happens to Egypt? Did I hear rebels popping up in the lower areas? In the lower regions? Did these guys just change color? Is that their rebellion? Oh my gosh. Did I change their color because I forgot about the monk? Because I thought there was no gold country? Maybe. Until I made the Mongol country. Oh my gosh. They're taking the whole south. Oh, and now they're invading. That was just their rebels popping up. Oh, they want peace. Okay, guys, they want peace. It's time to end the act. Oh no, these guys are invading. Okay, so they're trying to regain their old glory. Okay. Well, it seems like they've come to an agreement on lands. So let's see that agreement. Let's see how dumb the agreement is. Oh wow, they got a lot of land. And what's this gonna do? Oh. The rebels just chose the color of the lower Egypt guys, and there's gonna be rebels that do the same thing over here. Why are they doing that? Oh, so these guys start invading to help them because these guys are dumb and think those are actually rebels trying to join up with them. Oh, okay. Why does that area fall? Well, first off, Cyprus doesn't really want it. And second off, well, they're actually gonna give Egypt land out of this, not just set the rebels free and let the rebels give these guys nothing. They're gonna give them one area, and then the rebels are gonna get the rest of it. That's so fair. Well, not all of it, because, well, there's a different country that wants independence up here. They're gonna be this, like, pinkish color. No, that's like peach, not pink. Yeah, it's peach. So they need a major city, and then they need a capital, and then these guys need a capital, and then these guys need their capital. And then what did the Somalians get in their war? They got that. But doesn't this anger the Persians? Actually, no, it doesn't. They find it funny. And that annoys the Persian ally, the Omanis. And they're gonna leave that. And then these guys are gonna leave that. And these guys will leave it, and these guys will too. Why? Because look how much they explored. I don't think they need to explore anymore. And then all of these guys leave. So yeah, everybody leaves it. And actually, Korea leaves that alliance. And so does India. So Indonesia is left alone. Oh yeah, these guys need a major city, don't they? Yes, these guys getting their major city and capital will be the last thing of this video. And if you like this video, then please leave a like. Comment down what your favorite country is in the comments. And also, if you want to see more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications.